Namaste and welcome to Mandali Yoga. My name is Ryan. Today's yoga class is a flow yoga class focused on helping you providing some relief from lower back pain. Before we get started, remember to like this video and subscribe to my channel Mandali Yoga, as your support provides me with the motivation to continue doing what I am doing and share my love of yoga with the rest of the world. So let's get started. We're going to start our practice a little bit differently today. We're going to start standing upright. So come to the top edge of your mat. So we're going to come to the top edge of the mat and come to stand. For this bit, I will face you, bringing your feet at hip width distance. That's your first option. Or you can bring the big toes to touch and heels are slightly apart, if that feels okay. Now we're going to bring our hands by our side at a 45-degree angle away from us. And then draw the shoulders away from the ears. From here, let's close our eyes. Take a big breath in and sigh it out. Let's do this one more time. Big breath in, sigh it out. And now bringing awareness to our feet. Press all four corners of the feet into the mat. Finding that grounding, that connection in our mountain pose, in Tadasana. And now gently lift the kneecaps up. Engaging our calves and our quad muscles. And a slight pull of the pelvic floor. Just a slight engagement. Drawing the lower belly in. And our jaw parallel to the floor. Now imagine here a string in your favorite color attached to the top of your head. And the other end of the string to the sky, holding you upright here. Return your awareness to your breath. Two more breaths here. Now softly open your eyes, blink them open, reorienting yourself with your surroundings. From here, on the inhale, hands go towards the sky, palms touch. Take a slight back bend here, grow a little bit taller. On the exhale, hands to heart center. Let's fold all the way down. Let's do that one more time. On the inhale, rise up, reach up. Hands go towards the sky. Palms touch, take a gentle back bend here. On the exhale, bring your hands to heart center as you fold all the way down. Take your feet now as wide as the mat and then let the tailbone descend towards the earth. We're coming into yogi squat. Bring the hands together to heart center and use your triceps to push the knees away from each other. And let the tailbone descend towards the floor a little bit more here. And remember that string that we thought about in Tadasana and a mountain pose. Imagine that string to the crown of your head again, keeping you upright, pulling the crown of the head towards the sky. Two more breaths here. Bring your hands down now. And transition back to forward fold. Keep the feet where they are. Now slowly wiggle the feet towards each other. And let's do that one more time. On the inhale, rise up, reach up. On the exhale, hands to heart center as we fold all the way down. Now let's step back into all fours, our 4-point knee. So our wrists below the shoulders and our knees are going to be below the hips. Back flat, untuck the toes. Look at the space between your index fingers down on the ground and let's go through a few rounds of cat-cow. On the inhale, belly drops. On the exhale, round the upper back. Inhale, shine your heart open. Exhale, tailbone descends towards the earth. Just doing this a few more times here. Notice the tilting of the pelvis. And if you feel like closing your eyes here and enjoying the movements, feel free to do that as well. Two more rounds here. And now coming back to center. We're going to now thread the needle. Take your right hand under the left armpit. Bring your right shoulder, right ear to the mat. Invitation here to extend the left hand towards the front of the mat. Or you might even take a half bind. Take your left hand, wrap it around the right hip. And then slowly press that back of the left hand into the right hip and open your left shoulder a little bit more, pointing it towards the sky. Now, reminder in today's practice, if anything hurts, please don't do it. There's no point working through the pain and hurting ourselves. One more breath here. And then from here, come back to center. Place the left palm next to your nose, unthread the needle. Right hand comes back to it. Here we realign, recenter ourselves, and this time thread the needle on the other side. Take your left hand under the right armpit and left ear, left shoulder on the mat. Invitation here to extend the right hand towards the front, or you may choose to take the right hand, wrap it around the left hip, and then slowly opening the right shoulder, pointing it towards the sky. Two more breaths here. Come back to center, place the palm next to the nose, unthread the needle. Now let's keep the knees where they are. We want to walk the hands slightly forward and then come forward again to bring the shoulders above the wrist and slightly looking up towards the sky. This is your variation for upwards facing dog with a supported expression here. You're welcome here, if you like to lift the thighs off the mat as well and lift a little bit higher. Gaze maybe goes towards the sky. Hold you for two more breaths. And then from here, come to Sphinx pose. So let the knees and the toes, tops of the feet come onto the mat and drop your forearms down onto the earth. So you might end up slightly outside the mat like how I have. So if you need to readjust, you're welcome to do so. I'm happy where I am at the moment. And bringing the elbows below the shoulders, draw the shoulders away from the ears. Gaze straight ahead. Two more breaths here in Sphinx pose. Now let's do an engagement of the core here. So press the pubic bone into the mat. Now imagine you're peeling a sticker off the mat. So you want to draw your lower belly away from the mat. From here, tuck your toes and lift the hips away from the earth. So this is your supported plank pose. If you wish to make it stronger, lift the knees off the mat as well and the hips will come up. And we just simply going to hold it here for two more breaths. Now slowly with control, drop the knees to the mat, untuck the toes. We're going to slide the hands by our side, place the forehead on the mat. Going into locust pose here or Shalabhasana, lift the head off the mat and the chest. Invitation now to lift the feet, point the toes towards the back of the room, maybe lift the hands as well. Shoulder blades are going to draw towards each other. You're going to look straight ahead or look down at one spot on the earth. Three more breaths here. And then slowly come all the way down. We're going to bring our hands next to our upper ribs, tuck the toes, and then transition to down dog. Lift the hips towards the sky, coming into down dog. One more breath here. Walk your feet all the way towards your hands. Coming to forward fold. On the inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Hands go towards the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center as we fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands on the shins. Exhale, fold forward. Step back to high plank. And then from here we go through our chaturanga, low plank, upward facing dog, downward facing dog. On the next inhale, right leg goes towards the sky. On the exhale, step the foot through between your hands. From here, take your left foot, open it at 90 degrees to the side of the room, and then fan your arms out into warrior two. Right knee above the right ankle, gaze straight ahead. Think of the tailbone descending towards the floor. I want to keep our core engaged here. Use it to keep you lifted. One more breath here. Now bring the left foot in at a 45-degree angle and take your hands towards the sky. Come into warrior one. Right knee stays above the right ankle, hip square, right hip back, left hip forward. One more breath here. Hands interlaced behind the lower back, right thumb on top of the left. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Exhale, bow forward into humble warrior. Bring the right shoulder inside the right knee. And look down towards the back of the room or to the big left toe of the back foot. One more breath. From here, release the hands. Let them frame the right foot. Pivot on the ball of the back foot. Let's step the left foot forward to meet the right foot. On the inhale, halfway lift. On the exhale, fold forward. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Hands will go towards the sky. On the exhale, hands to heart center as we fold all the way down. Halfway lift, fold forward. We're going to take the right foot and step it to the back of the mat. Come into a runner's lunge as if you're preparing for a race and open the right toes to the side of the room. Windmill your arms into warrior two, Virabhadrasana two. Once again, the left knee above the left ankle. And you want to use your core to keep you lifted. Let the tailbone descend towards the floor. Fingers glued together. Palms face the earth. Gaze straight ahead. One more breath here. Now bring the right foot in at a 45-degree angle. I nearly fell over there. Hard to talk and do this sometimes at the same time. And then squaring the hips. Left hip back, right hip forward. Gaze straight ahead. Lower belly draws in. Ribs draw in. Two more breaths here in warrior one. Hands interlaced behind the lower back. Left thumb on top of the right. Inhale, squeeze the shoulder blades towards each other. Exhale, bow forward. Humble warrior. Crown of the head going towards the earth now. And we're looking behind us. Finger knuckles stretch out all the way to the sky. Release the hands. Come into runner's lunge. Pivot on the ball of the back foot. Step back to high plank. And then let's take a floor here. Knees down or not. High to low plank. Cobra or upward facing dog will meet in downward facing dog. On the next inhale, right leg to the sky. On the exhale, step the foot through between your hands. Lower the back knee down, untuck the toes. Hands will go towards the sky. We come into low lunge. Engage your upper ribs here, lift and reach. And press the top of the left foot into the mat. Notice the left hip. Fingertips are going to come down. We're going to frame the right foot. Now from here, extend the right leg first. Straighten the right knee. And then stack the left hip above the left knee. We're coming into half splits, also known as half monkey or Ardha Hanumanasana. One more breath here. Return the right foot to the mat. Bring the knee above the ankle. Straighten up. Bring the hands to heart center. Tuck the toes on the back leg. Lift the back knee. And then move into a twist. Left elbow outside the right knee. Now you can look towards the right side or over your right shoulder towards the back of the room. And the right elbow can be in line with the chest, tracking towards the back of the room. Or you can turn the right elbow to the sky. It's up to you. One more breath here. Come back to center. Step forward. Left foot meets the right foot. Halfway lift. Fold forward. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Hands to the sky. Exhale, hands to heart center as we fold all the way down. Let's take the right foot to the back, and drop the back knee down, untuck the toes. Hands go towards the sky. Left knee above the left ankle. Press the top of the right foot into the mat. Notice the right hip. Relax the shoulders and find your gaze, your drishti, your focal point for your concentration. And now here fingertips come down. We extend the left leg first and stack the right hip above the right knee. Flex the toes towards your face. Fingertips on the mat. Maybe the palms melt into the earth. It's up to you. And where the body likes to go today. One more breath here. Release the left foot to the mat. And then hands come to heart center. Tuck the toes on the back leg. Lift the back knee. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, twist. This time, right elbow outside the left knee. Again, looking to the left side or maybe over your left shoulder towards the back of the room. And there's an option to turn the left elbow towards the sky. Come back to center. Hands frame the left foot. Step back to high plank. And we're going to flow here. Knees down or not. High to low plank. Cobra or upward facing dog. We meet in downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, right knee behind the right wrist. Untuck the left toes. Pigeon pose or sleeping swan pose, depending on what you like to call it, your terminology. Extend the hands towards the front. Maybe come all the way down. Coming back to center. Tuck the toes on the back leg. Lift the back knee. Pull the right knee into the chest and then step back to downward. Inhale, left leg to the sky. On the exhale, left knee behind the left wrist. Untuck the right toes. Stay upright. Or you can choose to fold forward on this side. So this side may feel the same as the other side. So I'm carrying a left knee injury. So my knee is something wrong. We can't figure it out. I've seen so many physios. So I can't go all the way down. So I'm listening to my body now. I'm just going to stay on my elbows propped up and just interlace my fingers. One more breath. Slowly come back up. And now let's swing both legs towards the front. Come to take a seat. We're going to go to staff pose, also known as Dandasana. So our feet together, legs together, toes are pointing to the sky. Bring the hands by your side, press the palms into the earth, straighten the elbows. And now straighten the spine, look straight ahead. Now what we want to do is we want to make sure the shoulders are not crunching any of the ears. We want to sit tall and at the same time, bring awareness to your shoulder blades and then just hug them towards each other a little bit. So the shoulders will automatically go away from the ears. So that will be relaxing the back and the sides of the shoulders as well. And now on the next inhale, reach your hands up, lengthen the trunk. On the exhale, fold forward. Seek the outer edges of your feet. Now if the hands don't get there, you're welcome to bend your knees as much as you want. Or another option is to place your hands on your shins, your knee, or somewhere around your ankles. You choose your option, okay? Release and come here to lie onto the mat, lying on our back. Once you arrive on the mat, we want to bend the knees and place the feet on the mat. Notice if you can brush the back of your feet heels with your fingertips. Hands by your side, press into the palms and the heels, and from here lifting the pelvis towards the sky. Engage your glutes here. So there's less pressure on the lumbar spine and the chin is slightly tucked in, but not touching the chest. So less pressure on your cervical spine. Three more breaths here. And now lowering down a vertebra at a time. Taking our time to get there. Hug both knees into the chest. Maybe a gentle rock from side to side if that feels good. And now progressing into Shavasana. Extending the legs. Let the feet find the corners of the mat. And let the toes relax as they flop out to the sides. Bring the hands by your side, palms face the ceiling. Shavasana. I will wake you up when it's time. Rest. Making gentle movements with your fingers and your toes as awareness returns to your consciousness. Moving and stretching in ways that come naturally. And rolling over to your favorite side, using your arm as a cushion under your ear. Saying one kind thing to yourself. And with your eyes closed, coming up into a seat. Hands come together, palms touch. Thumbs press against the sternum. One soft inhale, one soft exhale. Bring the thumbs to third eye center, to your lips and to your heart. From my heart to yours, Namaste. Thank you for joining me for this practice today. Wherever you're in the world, have a great morning, amazing afternoon, or an awesome evening. I will see you soon on the mat. Namaste.